What's good, Skol Nation? We've got massive updates shaking up the Twin Cities right now. J.J. McCarthy is back in Minnesota on a mission, completely ignoring trade whispers. But the plot thickens. He's gearing up for an insane QB battle with Kyler Murray and Carson Wentz. And if that wasn't enough, the front office is reportedly cooking up a blockbuster draft trade for an explosive running back, Jeremiah Love. Plus, Ben Lieber just dropped a bombshell about Wentz's future. Hit that subscribe button right now and let's dive into this wild Vikings news. J.J. McCarthy is officially back in Minnesota, and let me tell you, this kid means absolute business for our beloved Vikings. Listen up, Skol Nation, because the rumors have been flying around like crazy lately, but our young quarterback is completely shutting them down. People were whispering about potential trade requests and all sorts of drama, but McCarthy just showed up in the Twin Cities ready to grind. He has absolutely no intention of asking for a trade, and honestly, that speaks volumes about his character. He is locked in and entirely focused on off-season workouts right here at our incredible facilities. But here's where things get absolutely wild and genuinely fascinating for our offense. McCarthy is not just walking into a guaranteed starting job. Oh no, you betcha, he has to fight tooth and nail for it. The coaching staff is setting up an insane, blockbuster quarterback competition that nobody saw coming. Our young star is preparing to battle it out for the starting spot against none other than Kyler Murray and the returning veteran Carson Wentz. I know, hearing Kyler Murray mentioned alongside the Vikings is mind-blowing, but that is the reality we are looking at right now. The dynamic of this quarterback room is completely shifting. McCarthy knows exactly what is at stake, and returning early to put in the sweat equity proves he wants to be the absolute leader of this franchise. Competing against a dynamic playmaker like Murray and an experienced veteran like Wentz is going to push McCarthy to his absolute limits. He is dedicating every single day to mastering the playbook, improving his mechanics, and building chemistry with our star receivers. We all know the NFL is an incredibly tough business, and nothing is handed to anyone, especially not the starting quarterback job for the Minnesota Vikings. McCarthy understands the magnitude of this challenge. By showing up early and refusing to entertain any trade nonsense, he is sending a crystal clear message to the front office, the coaching staff, and all of us passionate fans. He is ready for the war ahead. This quarterback battle is going to be the absolute biggest storyline of our entire training camp. Whether it's Murray's speed, Wentz's experience, or McCarthy's raw potential and sheer determination, the Vikings are making sure whoever takes the field is battle-tested. Skol Nation, the McCarthy era starts right here today.
If you are loving this incredible Vikings news, smash that like button right now and drop a Skol down in the comments below. J.J. McCarthy desperately needs elite offensive support today, and Jeremiah Love is reportedly the absolute top target for the Minnesota Vikings right now in the draft. While J.J. McCarthy is grinding out there to secure the starting quarterback position, the front office is working tirelessly behind the scenes to build an unstoppable force around him. We all know that a young quarterback thrives when he has an elite rushing attack to rely on, and the Vikings are fully committed to making that happen. They are currently viewed as massive favorites to execute a monumental draft day trade to acquire a true game changer in the backfield. The name circulating everywhere right now is the explosive prospect Jeremiah Love. If you have not seen this kid play yet, you are missing out on something truly spectacular. He possesses that rare breakaway speed and incredible vision that can instantly transform a mediocre ground game into a dominant, terrifying rushing attack. Imagine pairing a highly motivated J.J. McCarthy with a dynamic threat like Love taking handoffs. Defenses across the entire league would be completely terrified to stack the box. The Vikings management realizes that to compete in this incredibly tough division, they cannot just rely on an aerial assault alone. They desperately need a balanced offensive scheme that keeps opponents guessing on every single down. Trading up in the draft is always a bold strategy, but when a generational talent like Love is sitting there on the board, you have to be aggressive. This potential move perfectly aligns with the new aggressive mindset of this entire organization. They want to give our quarterback every possible weapon to succeed immediately. By actively pursuing an elite running back, Minnesota is sending a loud warning to the rest of the league. We are not just rebuilding, we are reloading with absolute superstars. If this blockbuster trade actually materializes, it would take so much immense pressure off McCarthy's shoulders during his critical development phase. He wouldn't have to force throws because the running game would naturally open up those deep play-action passing lanes. The synergy between a young, hungry quarterback and an explosive rookie running back could define the Minnesota Vikings for the next entire decade. Skol Nation, this front office is boldly swinging for the fences, and adding a superstar weapon like Love is exactly the brilliant masterpiece we desperately need right now to win games.
Do you think Jeremiah Love is the missing piece for our offense? Drop your honest opinions down in the comments because I want to hear from you. J.J. McCarthy is facing serious competition today as Carson Wentz is officially re-entering the absolute center of our Vikings quarterback conversation, turning heads everywhere. Former Vikings linebacker Ben Lieber just delivered some incredibly strong thoughts regarding Wentz returning to the active roster for the upcoming 2026 season, and it directly impacts J.J. McCarthy. Lieber confidently suggested that Wentz possesses genuine, undeniable chances to truly surprise everyone and fiercely compete for the #1 spot on the depth chart. Let that sink in for a quick second. We all thought McCarthy was just going to casually inherit the keys to the kingdom, but Wentz is clearly not here just to comfortably hold a clipboard on the sidelines. He is a seasoned veteran who has experienced the absolute highest highs and lowest lows in this league, and he wants another legitimate shot at greatness. Lieber knows the internal culture of this team better than almost anyone, so when he speaks, we all definitely need to listen closely. Having a fiercely competitive Carson Wentz in the quarterback room creates a fascinating environment for our young franchise centerpiece. Iron sharply sharpens iron, and Wentz pushing for the absolute top position will force McCarthy to elevate his game to completely unprecedented levels. The Vikings coaching staff obviously values having an incredibly strong contingency plan, and Wentz provides exactly that critical veteran stability. However, this also adds a massive layer of intense pressure onto the shoulders of McCarthy. He cannot afford to take a single practice or film session lightly, because a former highly touted starter is eagerly waiting right behind him, ready to seize any given opportunity. Lieber's bold statements remind all of us that the NFL stands for not for long if you do not consistently perform. Wentz brings a wealth of complex defensive knowledge that he can share, but make no mistake, his primary goal is to definitively win the starting job. This unexpected dynamic creates the most compelling, dramatic training camp narrative we have seen in recent years. The battle between the hopeful future in McCarthy and the resilient, determined veteran in Wentz is guaranteed to be an absolute thriller. Skol Nation, the Minnesota Vikings are expertly breeding a highly competitive culture where absolutely nothing is freely given. And ultimately, this intense internal rivalry will make our entire football team significantly stronger, tougher, and much more explosive for the long season ahead now. So what does all of this madness mean for the Minnesota Vikings? Everything revolves around building a foolproof ecosystem for J.J. McCarthy. Bringing in extreme competition with Murray and Wentz isn't a sign of doubt. It's a crucible designed to forge a diamond. The front office knows that McCarthy has the raw talent, but they want him to earn the throne through sheer perseverance. Couple that intense QB room battle with the aggressive pursuit of Jeremiah Love, and you clearly see the grand master plan. The Vikings are trying to recreate a dominant, old-school physical offense paired with modern explosive passing. By surrounding our young quarterback with fierce internal competition and elite external weapons, Kevin O'Connell is setting the stage for a dramatic, deeply resilient team. This isn't just a rebuild anymore, it's an acceleration into contention. The Twin Cities are about to witness one of the most exciting eras of Vikings football.
To wrap this all up, J.J. McCarthy is facing the ultimate test. He's got Kyler Murray and Carson Wentz breathing down his neck, while the front office might just gift him the most explosive running back in the draft with Jeremiah Love. The stage is set for a historic training camp. Now, I want to hear from every single one of you die-hard fans. Who do you think will officially start Week 1? And should we trade up for Love? Drop your thoughts below. Hit that subscribe button to stay updated. And as always, Skol Vikings!